Very well.
But I know nothing. You want to spoil things for me?
Yes, I will. Let's do it. Episode 7, I think. We are finally going to do day 5, or should I say day 6, February 5th.
That's a good meme.
It's a fantastic meme.
Very good meme.
It's a fantastic meme.
Why? What the?
February 5th, Fate 6. Blade!
After 2 months, you will know this meme.
Yeah, in 2 months, I'm gonna send it to you, and you're gonna laugh your ass
What
off.
is going on? Why the drop in the voice or the high? I don't know. What is going on?
I shouted because Blade was in caps lock, so you need to shout it. The next day, after a normal morning.
Caps lock? Sorry.
The name of the chapter, as it were.
Okay.
After a normal morning, I enter the living room to find a complicated breakfast table. Who's for lunch? Saber.
Who's for lunch? Saber.
I think isn't enough.
Oh my god, is she a vegan? No, she's not.
甘いものは好きじゃないような口ぶりでしたけど。まさかそんな女の子はいないわよ。糖分は嫌いじゃなくて取れないだけだってば。
I grow where you can't see. Huh.
甘味度。なのにナンバレードなんですか、先輩。
It's funny how they pronounce marmalade. Marmalade.
You see, Tosaka was doing no carb before it was hot. She invented the diet.
It's because she's living with Hero now.
Her food intake is gonna double, so she knows she has to cut down. Nice way to call Sakura fat, you fuck.
そうでしょうか。私は平均だと思いますし、さくらが口にしたパンは私を大きく上回っていると思いますが。そんなことないです。
Bruh.
遠坂先輩、セイブさん、私もみんな仲良くトースト2枚じゃないですか。
They are seriously talking trash without knowing that they are talking
1セン
trash.
チに対して
That's
2
fine.
センチですから、さくらはよく食べています。成長期ですし、
Saber is a
栄養を
grandma.
取るのはいい。瓶も1枚だけと言わず、残さず食べてはどうですか。だからダメだって言ってるじゃない。さくらと違って胸に栄養がいくわけじゃなし、朝からそんなに食べたら増えるっていうの。
She doesn't want them to grow, guys.
なんだからこれでも譲歩してるのよ。
She knows
That
she's already
explains why
perfect. She can't break the image.
That's true. That's true.
Wait,
I
but
think
but
that-
she's
that's
flat.
perfect
But
size
she's
culture.
flat. But she's got that flat.
She doesn't need to be big, man. She's already perfect.
Yeah,
増える増えると言って
it's like Saber.
なぜ具体的な表現を避けるのですか。ビン。
You say it will increase, huh?
だから目に見えないところの話。ああ、さくらは目に見えるから除外だけど。
Oh my lord.
だからそういう話はしないでください。
That is
All the while,
going on.
Shiro must be dying inside. I take a bite of the well-done toast. Perhaps my brain just doesn't follow.
No, he's just probably looking at the wall and thinking, white. The wall needs to be painted white,
Fuck.
or maybe gray.
Perhaps my brain just doesn't follow what's going on in front of me, but I'm eating toast and not joining the conversation. To be fair,
Exactly.
if you gave your opinion on any of this, you would die. So,
He's looking at the
That's
wall
true,
and
that's
thinking gray. The wall should have been it all should be painted gray.
well, there's no room for me to cut into the conversation.
I guess it's in this word.
They seem to have a good relationship for now. Tosaka is the same as always, and Saber is more open than she was last night. Sakura is, well, she seems to be a bit resistant to Saber, but it doesn't look like she dislikes her. The shock last night must have been a big one. Well, she'll probably come and eat dinner, so I think she'd have calmed down by then. Breakfast ends and I start cleaning up.
The best girl.
Oh my god.
それぐらいはやっとく。それより、さくらは部活だろ？昨日の今日だし、
Oh yeah.
顔を出しておいた方が。
Just a small question. Why when they were confronted by Shinji, why didn't he like, yeah, when we were having breakfast, Fujine threw the table on top of me, and that's why Sakura got late, because she was trying to help me not to get burned alive by chicken.
I think he didn't want to address the fact that Sakura was at his house, because that would just make it worse. Shinji doesn't like that she goes visiting him, and actually he isn't supposed to know that she does. He said earlier, I think it was on the 31st or the 1st, that usually what they do is they tell him that she goes to visit Fujine's house, not his. So.
Oh, okay, so that makes.
But
still,
yeah.
the excuse of Fujine threw a table on top of me and Sakura needed to help me not to die burned, so it's still.
It's not like Shinji would care. I think Shinji would like it if Shido got seriously injured. Especially when he's coming to school with Tosaka. Shinji is just a very friendly man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sakura
He's the best guy ever.
He is the best man. Sakura bows also to Tosaka and leaves the living room in a hurry. That leaves the three of us. Which means, when Sakura leaves, the three of us who know the secret remain. I like it.
Sorry, I want to say something.
Yes.
Shiro wanted to explain something in the previous episode, and he didn't explain until now the thing to Saber. I don't know what he wanted to explain. He wanted to.
No, he said he wanted to explain to her
why he stopped.
Yeah, why he went to the shed during the night, but he gave up because she didn't wake up while he was there.
Why he went to the shed? Okay.
Yeah, because she didn't wake up when he was there, so he was like, I better not explain it because she's gonna bitch about it or something. I do like that the two of you are the two guys, along with Void Hunter, that isn't gonna make it this week, that don't know anything about the novel, so all the choices you make are gonna be your fault. Bowing lightly to Saber, to Tosaka, Saber returns to her room. Well, there's nothing to do here. So she must want to save her energy by sleeping, but... Yes, so should you, man.
Yes.
You could die at any moment.
Come
She's
on.
thinking a lot of things, like protect Shiro, how to survive, how to...
That's solid advice. A clicking sound. As she makes a scary comment, Tosaka turns on the TV. The morning news streams from the TV. I listen to it while washing the dishes in the kitchen. Well, the content is the same as the news I heard a while ago. So we have master activity.
Oh, gas leak.
Well, at least that narrows down where the master is acting, right? So we have somewhere to look. Hold on. Did Tosaka say something really worrying? Because I think the other gas leaks were also in Shinto. Wait. Not only in the neighboring town, but over here too? Comas with no cause. Numerous victims? No, the problem is... Absolutely.
Because everything is the work of another master.
いい加減慣れてよね。あなただってマスターなんだから。
You know, CO leaks just don't start happening at this amount, at this frequency.
それはそうだけど、なんで今まで教えてくれなかったんだよ。
I think she thinks you're smarter than you are.
I think it's fun that Tosaka is master of the saber, shiro, and archer.
Indeed.
こっちの剣はそれほど簡単じゃないから。
She's the master of saber, archer, and shiro.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
学校で結界を張ってるマスターは三流だけど、こっちのマスターは一流よ。相手を死に至らしめることはせず、命の半分だけを吸収して力を蓄えている。
So that's good. We know we have two different masters working the same kind of way, and they're doing it in opposite ends of town. So.
そりゃ集めるスピードは遅いけど、その代わりに魔術師としてのルールには引っかからないし、無理をする必要がない。このマスターは遠く離れた場所で、町の人たちから生命力っていう最も単純な魔力をかすめ取っているわけ。
So this guy is a bit more of a pro.
遠く離れた場所からって、そんなところから町中の魔力を集められるっていうのか、そいつは。
よっぽど腕の立つ魔術師なんでしょうね。
I wonder where his base would be.
2つの町をフォローする広範囲の吸引なんて大がつく魔術師の技だもの。
Great Magi, huh?
いや、それともよっぽど優れた霊地を確保したのかな。冬木の町には龍脈らしきものがあるって父さんも言ってたし、そこに陣を敷けば生命力の搾取ぐらいは簡単か。
Is there a girl running around in the middle of the night with a big Hercules guy that's just destroying entire streets?
I mean, that's
But
attacking
again,
people
this
methodically without killing them doesn't seem like Helia's MO. You know?
Fair enough, I guess.
She's very blunt. She just attacks and destroys a bunch of stuff. This guy is surgical, right? He's taking out these people without killing them over days, weeks.
父さんの書庫にそれらしい資料はなかったし、あるなら大師傅の書庫か。やだな。あそこ今でも人外魔境だし、できれば遠慮したいのに。
She name dropped another visual novel.
となると、綺麗に聞くしかないか。あ、いや、ダメ。あいつに借りを作るなんてもってのほかだわ。
I also think he isn't supposed to help.
父さか、おい。
There's no answer. It's no good. Tosaka is immersed in talking to herself. I reached the school gate with Tosaka half-heartedly. The front gate has students arriving at school, and the school is starting another normal day. But still, there's an
Issei.
Yeah, but still, there's an odd feel to it. I went through the front gate without noticing it yesterday, but I can certainly sense it if I look for it. How can I put this? It's so calm that even my instincts go numb.
本当だ。外と中じゃ空気が違う。甘い蜜みたいな空気じゃないか。
へえ、シローにはそう感じられるんだ。あなた、魔力感知は下手だけど、世界の異常には敏感なのかもしれないわね。
Tosaka ponders.
にしても甘い蜜か。例えばウツボカズラとか。なかなか言えてみようじゃない。
They have made the school into a carnivorous plant.
ウツボカズラってお前、そのイメージとんでもなく凶悪だぞ。
そう？シローの直感は外れてないと思うけど。だってこの学校、結界っていう蓋が閉まったら中の生き物はみんな食べられるんだし。
She sees through the aspect I didn't say, and I gasp.
やっぱりね。わかりやすいから楽しいわ、あなたって。
ああ、そうですか。俺はちっとも楽しくない。
怒らない。シローの言いたいことだって分かってるから安心なさい。あなたは学校の生徒を巻き込みたくないと思ってるし、私だってここを戦場にするのは願い下げ。
These are words to test me. Tosaka is telling me. The Holy Grail War. The enemy I said I'll fight against, the master who was willing to drag in innocent people in order to win, is at this school.
分かってる。この結界を張ったマスターを探し出して、なんとかしなくちゃいけない。そして、そいつが結界を解かないって言うんなら、倒すだけだ。
Beat his ass.
Good plan.
そういうこと。ちゃんと理解していてくれて安心したわ。じゃあ、私は結界を張ったやつを探してみるから、シローは不審な場所をチェックしといて。私も一通り回ったけど見落としがあったかもしれない。シローはそういう得意点を探すのに向いてそうだし、餅は餅やってね。
Tosaka waves her hand and runs into the school building. She's letting Shiro do things alone. How doesn't
I don't
she
think
see
this
that's
is smart.
Yeah, that's a horrible plan.
そんなこと言われても困る。不審な
I
場所って
mean,
どういう
otherwise
こと
he's going to
遠
just
さが
become.
I
He's just
think
going to become a thing she needs to carry. So I mean, yeah, I can understand.
I think she is confident about his instincts.
Huh?
だからあなた風に言えば空気が甘いところよ。
Now that's a weird thing to hear two students talk about.
She yells back, running.
I'm just imagining a student entering the school and hearing, "Think of something like sweet honey." What the heck is going on between these two?
That's actually a slip. Because if the master is among the students outside, then they'll know.
Fair enough.
And Tosaka disappears into the school building.
あいつ、いきなり走り出すなんて。やっぱり何考えてるかわからない。
Because you're gonna be late to class, you dumb idiot. The bell for homeroom rings.
そういうことか。って気づいてるならなんで教えないんだ。
I hold my bag and run full speed. After that incident yesterday, who knows what Fujine will say if I'm late.
Anyway.
It's lunchtime. Even though it's only a temporary release from classes, the students run about the school busily.
よし、今なら歩き回っても変に思われない。
Issei is still depressed at the fact that he was betrayed.
Issei's having an emotional crisis.
Yeah.
I finish
I
lunch
like
in a
Issei.
few minutes and go out into the hallway. Yeah, Issei is a legend.
I trained him, I warned him. The next day, the goddamn boy walks in over school with the fox. Why?
He became a simp.
He became a simp. The
He
worst
became
race.
exactly what I. He fell exactly for what I was warning him.
This is no time to complain that I've never done anything like this before. The battle has already begun, so I have to find the suspicious places Tosaka was talking about in my own way. Shiro is double fucked here, because not only is he alone, he also doesn't have his servant. And the only way Saber can get to him quick enough to protect him from some danger is if he expends a command spell.
まずは人気のないところが基本かな。
Big brain Shiro moments.
Well, an hour until lunch break ends. I hope I can get good results out of this. After checking through the school building, I go outside just in case. There's nothing wrong with the ground or behind the school building, but this area is too different.
まさかここもか。
There were several strange places inside the school building as well. Unpopular places like behind the stairs or within empty classrooms. But this place is different. Far from nobody coming here, this is a place people come to every day.
どうして気がつかなかったんだ。異常って言えばここが一番異常じゃないか。
I mutter, grasping at my chest. This place is somehow suffocating. The thick wind and moist air aren't just strange. No, once I notice the smell, I actually feel like throwing up.
結界には起点がある。と何箇所あるか知らないが、最初の起点がこの辺りにあるってことか。
Then there should be some sign of it. It's no good. As I have no skill in detecting magical energy, there's no way I can see the sign that's constructing the boundary field. I guess it can't be helped. I'll go and tell Tosaka about this place and...
なんだ探し物かいエミヤ
Fuck.
Oh no.
I turn around at the sudden voice. Standing in front of the deserted archery dojo is... Shinji. You son of a bitch!
奇遇だね。
Just
僕
one
もそ
guy,
の辺り
right?
に用があって来たんだけど、君もしかして見た？
Oh,
With a,
business, you say.
with a grin, Mato Shinji asks this happily.
見たって何を
Business in this area, huh?
やっぱり見たのか。なるほどね。
Fuck.
君が遠坂と一緒にいた理由はそれか。
You son of
Holy shit.
そう
Just kill this guy,
警戒するの
right?
いや僕と君の仲だろう。お互い隠し事はなしにしようじゃないか。君が何を連れているかは知らない。けど、君もマスターなんていうひどい役目を押し付けられ
Shut
た。
up, Shinji. You weren't forced into anything. You like this kind of thing. Shinji states it clearly without holding anything back. That he, Mato Shinji, is also a master.
まさかお前がマスターなのかシンジ。
だからそうだって言ってるだろ。ああ、でも勘違いはしないでくれ。
Sure.
僕は誰とも争う気はない。そりゃ襲われたら殺し返すけど、手を出されないうちは黙ってるさ。
Sure. Shinji laughs. From his words, there seems to be no doubt that Shinji's a master, but
まあ、
He's such a good
こっち
person.
もエミヤがマスターだって知って驚
he's
いて
such
る
a,
んだ。
a great person.
意外なのはお互い様。
He would never hurt anyone
少し話し合わない
undeservedly.
か。
That's true.
話し合うそれは構わないが何を話し合うっていうんだ。
そりゃあ今後のことさ。さっきも言ったけど、僕は戦うつもりはない。けど他はそうでもないんだろ。ならさ、いつか来る災難に備えておかないと不安じゃないか。
Oh,
What?
imagine making an alliance with Shinji.
二人ならなんとかなる。
What?
Huh. In other words, Shinji is asking me to cooperate with him.
ま、こんなところで話をするのもなんだろ。誰に聞かれるともわからないし。そうだね。僕の家がいい。あそこなら遠坂のでも届かないし、襲われても安心だ。
場所を変えるって何言ってんだ。昼休みももう終わるし話があるなら。
バカ？授業なんてサボればいいじゃん。ほら、いいから行こう。エミヤがマスターって知って嬉しいんだから、あまり水を差さないでよね。
そんなわけにいく
Please
か。
don't say that, and yeah, Shiro will go with him. Please don't. He's not that stupid, is he?
融通が利かないやつだな。ああ、そうか。それはそうだよね。普通は警戒する。けど安心しなよ。何があってもこっちから仕掛けることはないさ。
Yes.
僕が騙し討ち
Yes.
をするように見え
Absolutely
るじゃない
yes.
Yes.
Certainly.
ああ
We believe in you.
Yeah.
確かにおいそれとはついていけないなそれは。
まあいいさ。そっちだってサーバントを連れてるんだろ。そんな危ないやつ
Don't go,
なんて仕掛
Shiro.
けないよ。
Please.
Oh,
Shinji sucks at
Shiro,
this
please don't
diplomacy
say
thing.
it.
I mean, he loses to Tosaka very quickly, so fair enough.
I mean, Tosaka... does Shinji think I have Saber with me? No, that's wrong. Shinji couldn't see a servant in spirit form. But his servant would feel it. So maybe...
Yeah, that's true.
That's why
But-
he's wrongly guessing that I have Saber with me right now.
いいから行くよ。
I mean, it depends on his level of communication with his servant as well, right?
君もただじゃ済まない。
Yeah.
Shiro, be a good simp and just go warn Tosaka so she explodes him with a magical Glock.
Saying that, Shinji starts to walk away. I guess I have to follow him. I'm interested in what Shinji has to say, so I'll skip the afternoon classes.
You don't have to follow him.
We don't have to follow him, but in Shiro's defense, at least he's gonna get some good information. I mean, worst case scenario, he can just...
Ugh.
Well, we'll get to
This
know
is the
what
worst
Shinji's
guy
doing.
possible.
It is,
Yeah,
but
from-
Shiro's
From
stupid.
from every single time Shinji was stupid, that is one of the biggest. Ah.
That's
Anyway.
true. That's the biggest one. That's
He
the
gets
biggest.
to eavesdrop on Shinji. And if anything goes awry, he can just command spell Saber into existence.
Fuck, that's the worst choice possible.
It is, but it's what we got. We go up the hill road. The Western style house is on the opposite side to my house. Shido is at his dumbest in the Fate route.
That's just lazy writing, come on.
No, Shido's just dumb. It's just the way it is. I guess Tosaka's house is at the top, but I recall that Mato's house is a bit further below, as if avoiding public eyes.
Oh, he's going to the Mato house? Holy shit.
Yeah,
he's so
going
fucking
to the mansion. It's an amazing building as always. I came here to play a few times during middle school, but I haven't even been near it recently. I haven't been invited since I became estranged from Shinji, and most of all, Sakura didn't like me coming to this house. I wonder why. Even though it's daytime, it's dim inside the house. This building is made so that sunlight cannot enter it, and there aren't many lights in here. I'm exaggerating, but you'd walk into the wall if you're not used to this place.
Shiro will die.
I don't know when he went in, but I can hear Shinji's voice from the inner room. Even though it's been a year, my body still remembers this place, and I make my way to the living room without getting lost.
What a stupid man, god damn it.
There's no kind of light in the living room either. The curtains are closed and the sunlight is blocked off. There are no artificial lights and the living room is in the dark. I look over in the direction of the voice. There's Shinji sitting in the chair and, my friend. A figure of a woman like crystallized darkness.
Oh, so he's not the master of Lancer.
Indeed.
Nope.
That makes the master of Lancer a mystery. I feel a chill. It's so bad that the back of my neck hurts like it's been slashed.
Why Shinji didn't kill him? Okay.
Because Shinji really does want to use Shido. I think he just isn't very smart. But we knew that already, so... I back up a bit and managed to say that. Shinji believes too much in his power over other people, and he certainly believes too much in his power over Shido. So.
That's true, that's true.
He really is not the smartest guy in the world. He thinks he's Lelouch, let's put it like that.
Okay.
He's actually just stupid. Stretching out his hand, Shinji touches the back of his servant, Ryder. No, I said that wrong. Touches his black servant, Ryder. He caresses her from the waist down to her thighs as if tasting them. Ryder does not move at all. This perverted bastard. She stands there like a statue and keeps watch on me with her covered eyes. Yeah? I thought you were going to say something.
Not only he's pervert, not only he's a douche, not only he's egomaniac, he can be pervert for a spirit. Ugh.
Can't be just an illusion that it feels like she sees even my fingertips shivering.
Shiro became friends with this man. How?
Legend goes he used to not be this way when he was younger. Everyone changes as they grow up. Shinji got the short end of the stick. A servant that doesn't obey its master. Certainly Ryder in front of me is different from Saber. Saber is quiet but not cold-hearted. But I can only feel coldness from Ryder. A human lacking humanity. A black figure like discolored blood. She doesn't seem like a servant or a heroic spirit. She's so inorganic with no sense of lightness, almost like a stone. That does mean that even if Ryder does know what's going on, she won't tell Shinji. So we do have an advantage here.
Yeah.
In regards to Saber not being there.
Fair enough. Don't.
それがいい
Soft.
それがいい
Don't.
Shinji sounds like those you know those kids when they're like, I showed you my dick, so now you have to show me yours. So Shinji is wrongly guessing that Saber is with me. It'd be best to know to let him keep thinking that.
断る。そっちが牽制してくれるならそれでいいだろう。
Shiro's being smart, guys. Holy shit.
Damn, the moment Shiro's being smart against you, you are dumb. You are really dumb.
あのさ僕が見たいって言ってるんだよ
Well, Shinji, if he showed you his servant, you would know what kind of servant it is. Like, you can clearly tell who's a caster, for example, or a berserker or an assassin. You'd be stupid if he showed you.
なら話はここまでだ。別にサーバントの見せ合いをしに来たんじゃない。そんなことが目的だったんならここで帰る。
ちそうかよ使えないやつだな
Shinji comments discontently and leans back on his chair.
いいよ本題に入ろうと言っても話すべきことなんて一つだけだけどね、さっきも言ったけど僕と協力しないかエミヤマスターになったものの聖杯戦争っていうのがどんなものか知らなくてさ一人でいるよりは信用できるやつと手を組みたいんだ
待ったその前に俺も聞きたいことがある返事をするのはそれからだ
Come on, Shiro. Useful questions, man.
僕がどうしてマスターになったってこと
Fuck no. I don't care about you, Shinji. I nod. As far as I know, Shinji isn't a magus. I have to know how someone like that became a master. I can't cooperate at all.
マスターは魔術師
Why his fist of cooperating for God's sake?
見てながら魔術をかじっていて偶然サーバントと契約してマスターになったんだが
Well, at least we're confirming what's going on. Remember, Rin said that she couldn't feel anyone being a magus at school. So he needs to know if Shinji really is a magus at all. And then he'll be able to work off of that with Tosaka, who's more experienced, when he goes back.
I don't think that was dumb. That was just.
Wait a
Just
minute,
sure.
you
It was like
can't Rin just check his family to see if a family of magus and then okay, he's the magus family.
Well, she says there's two families that live in Fuyuki, but one of them has been dead for a while in the sense that they're not magically active anymore. So perhaps she's
Okay,
referring to the Mato, and she can, you know, we'll know if we know he's not really a magus. If that's the case, we're the same. I won't easily be able to refuse his proposal of cooperation if that's the case.
へえエミヤは偶然マスターになったのかそうなんだよかったそれなら納得できる
Shinji smiles delightedly.
僕も似たようなものから本人の意思に反してマスターになってしまった
But then we have to factor in that Shinji might lie about things.
けど勘違いするなよ僕はマスターが何であるか知っていたし聖杯戦争のことだって前から知って
There you go. So now we know that Tosaka was correct.
お前の家なんかとは違うれっきとした魔術師の家系なんだからさ
Which puts Sakura in an interesting position.
Yeah, fair enough. So that explains how she plays a lot in Heaven's Field.
Ah.
Okay.
The Mato is a lineage of Magi.
And just a question: is Shinji going to have Shiro going to have any friend outside of that girl from archery who's a friend of Tosaka who is not a magus?
I will not say anything.
Because like I'm already about to bet my money that he says Magi too.
I will not say anything.
聞いてないぞそんなの
Not a single thing. Your mouth is a
それじゃあ
tomb.
信じと
His sister Sakura knows magic as well.
落ち着けよエミヤマトウ家はね魔術師の家系ではあるけどもう枯れてしまった一族なんだ
Already dead.
マトウの先祖は遠坂の家と一緒にこの土地にやってきたらしいが日本の土が合わなかったんだってさ代を重ねるごとに魔術回路ってやつそれが
Magic crest is what he means to
僕
say.
が生まれた時にはもうマトウの血筋は 一般人に戻ってしまったそうだ。だから魔党の人間は魔術師じゃない。昔魔術師であった家系なだけなんだ。
昔は魔術師だった。それじゃあ今は知識だけが残っているのか。
ああ、残念ながらね。けど魔術回路がなくなったって魔術を学ぶことに変わりはない。マスターのことも聖杯戦争のことも調べればすぐに分かった。
I see. I became a master and understood the Holy Grail War because of Tosaka. Similarly, Shinji understood his situation because of the literature passed down his family.
つまり真珠は魔術の知識だけを教えられてきたんだな。ならさくらも同じように魔術を習ってきたのか。
はあ、はあ、もう本当に何も知らないんだな。いいかい？古い家柄の魔術師は一人にしか秘術を伝えないんだ。子供が二人いたら跡取りにするのは長男だけだよ。一つのものを二つに分けたら力が薄まるだろう。10の魔術を一つの結晶にして残していき、血をより濃くしていくのが魔術師だ。いくら肉親だからって安売りはしないのさ。だから魔術師の家系はね、跡取り以外に魔術は教えない。後継者に選ばれなかった子供は自分の家が魔術を学ぶものだと知らずに育てられるか養子に出すっていうのがセオリーなのさ。
そうか、それならよかった。
I'm glad. Sakura is a girl who should stay in a peaceful world without magic. I can't let her get involved in a battle that forces you to kill others without reason.
I mean, she already lives with Shinji, so
Yeah, that's true.
her life's not the best already, so yeah.
That also does beg
Now
the
you
question,
know.
who taught Shinji?
For what?
マスターになったものの
Wow,
魔
that's
術には
someone.
疎い。
For what?
Who taught Shinji?
Someone.
Okay.
君は
Definitely
そうだ
someone.
ね。少しは使えるって言うけど知識の方は素人同然だ。ほら、ちょうどいいと思わないか。勝手にマスターにさせられた者同士協力しようよ。
That is such a
Jesus,
weak
man.
argument. It's actually
That man
terrible.
is not. That man not good, man. That man not good.
That is
man not
that's a
good.
really, really bad argument.
それは構わ
We
ない。
both suck, so we should
Yeah.
join
確認する
forces.
けどそれは身を守るためなんだな、シンジ。
いや、それもあるけど、まずは当面の敵を叩かないとまずいんじゃない？
There's the great mistake.
目の敵にされてる。まさかお前、それ遠坂のこと言ってるのか。
Yes, Shinji, attack Tosaka.
そんなの決まってるじゃないか。そうでもなければ、僕
Oh.
を邪険
Oh
に
no,
す
it's
れ
just
ば
because you're a dick.
いい
It's
か。
just because you're a dick, man.
あ
There's
いつは
nothing else
他の
to
マ
it.
スターを許さないやつだぞ。そんなの一緒にいるエミヤだってわかるだろう。けどさ、何の物好きか知らないけど、遠坂は君に気を許している。あの隙のない女がだぜ。
I think it's fun that Shinji.
倒すには絶好の機会だと思わない？
Yeah.
Don't you see? That's because
I
she
think it's
has
fun that
her
she
glow
said-
in this movie. Wait, so go on, unlimited.
Okay. I think it's fun that Shinji said that she's the type that won't forgive other Martians. Okay.
I know,
Shinji.
right?
Okay.
Isn't that funny? She's the heartless one, huh?
Yeah, of course. She's the best guy.
Yeah,
Saying
yeah,
that,
of course. And
Shinji,
beating your sister is something really fine,
yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
really fun. For the
Saying
whole
that,
family
No.
to do.
Shinji puts his hand as if asking for, puts out his hand as if asking for a handshake. Status
That's
screen
no
updated, guys. We'll see it after the scene is over. I won't cooperate with such an approach. No, I can't. If Shinji really
Yeah.
wants to protect himself, he should talk to Tosaka too, and not just me.
シン
And
ジ、
Thank you.
聖杯戦争を管理している奴がいるのは知ってるか？
Okay,
Ah.
at least that's.
教会の神父だってね。前回の生き残りだって言うけど、うるさそうだから会ってないよ。僕は魔術師じゃないんだから。魔術師としてのルールなんて押し付けられるのは面倒じゃない？
that's contradictory. If he wants to really stop fighting, he should go and see Kotomine first.
シンジ、
There you go. We got him.
知ってるよ。僕にはわからないけど、ライダーが教えてくれた。それがどうした？
Let's put him against the wall, guys.
あれはお前じゃないのか。登坂は学校にいるマスターの仕業だと言っていたけど。
ああ、あれは僕じゃないよ。確かにあの
Four
もう
masters
一人マスターが
in one school.
Are you
そ
sure,
いつの仕事
Shinji?
じゃない。
I'm sure.
登坂は一人しかいないと言っていたぞ。
登坂を信用しすぎるのもなんだけどね。ま、それは別にしても、あいつは間違ってるよ。登坂が探っている気配は魔術回路ってやつなんだろ。なら僕は彼女が感知できるマスターじゃない。だって元から魔術回路なんてないんだから。初めからさ。僕は普通のマスターたちのレーダーに映らない存在なんだよ。
I see. The
I don't
presence
know.
of Amegus, the presence of the command spell, they're both things activated by magical energy. Then if someone without magical energy becomes a master, the only way to identify them is to actually see them. Tosaka's method of searching for people with magical energy would not overlook Shinji as a master, but she wouldn't even notice him at all. I do
But
want...
wait a minute.
Yeah.
But how then can Shinji actually do things if he doesn't have any magical energy?
That
How
is
can he
something you should keep in mind because we are
How
going
he
to
can
get an
he-
explanation for it.
How
In
he can
6
sustain
months?
a rider? How many months until we get that answer, Zevlen?
I don't know, man. 6? Heaven's Feel. Heaven's Feel is the key. Do note as well. Do note as
What
well
happens in
that
UBW? What happens in UBW? Why we can just
UBW
get-
does a lot of interesting stuff, but a lot of the
But apparently
answers,
everything happens. Everything
yeah,
happens
a lot
in
of the
Heaven's Feel.
important
It's because
answers,
the answers are in Headsfield.
yeah, the answers are in Heaven's Feel.
Everything
Interesting
is Heaven's
stuff.
Feel.
Yeah, interesting stuff happens in UBW, but if I tell you what happens, it's gonna be spoilers immediately. You can't talk about UBW without spoiling it. So I'm just not touching it with a 10-foot pole. But the answers to many of the questions you have right now are gonna show up in Heaven's Feel. I do want you to note, however, that if Shinji has a command spell, it's not on his hands. It's not anywhere near his hands.
It's in his arms. It's in his.
It must
I
be
don't know.
somewhere in his arm, but we can't
Maybe
see it right now.
that's-
That's something to keep in mind. It'll be important when we get to Heaven's Feel. It's because Shinji does not have the presence of a master that Tosaka is searching for.
そうか。そうなると、今登坂が感知しているマスターっていうのは他にいるんだろう。
I should go home and warn Tosaka about that. Then there's no reason to stay here anymore. Or maybe he's lying as well. I mean, we don't know. He certainly lied about his intentions before, right?
I don't believe
おい
him.
エミヤ、協力の話はどうなんだよ。
それは断る。
Corporation.
登坂を倒すなんて相談には乗らない。第一、あいつは何もしていないだろう。あいつとはいずれ戦うことになるけど。
Remember too, he's contradicted himself immediately because when they were at the dojo, he mentioned that he would only fight against people who would threaten him. But Tosaka hasn't done anything, so... Or
But,
rather, only fight against
To
people
be
who do
fair,
wrongdoings.
that's something that even she has been quite contrasting. I mean, even
I mean, she never said
that.
she wouldn't attack anyone innocent.
No, she said that eventually, that after everything ends, she's going to go after him. That
何かあってからじゃ遅いと思うけどね。ああ、そういうならいい。僕も君と同じく様子を見るさ。
I meant to say that Tosaka never said that she never made the same compromise that Shido did of not attacking
Oh, fair.
anyone that is innocent. She was already she was always privy to the fact that she would have to kill people. So
I mean, but I don't know.
surprisingly, Shinji seems to have given up. He doesn't try to stop me from going home, and he doesn't try to make Ryder attack me. He's a really difficult person. He acts like this,
no.
but he seems to try to be fair in his own way.
なあシンジ
Oh, really?
しつこいようだけどさくらはお前のことを知ってるのか
知らないし教えてやるつもりもないマトウの跡取りは僕だからねさくらには何も知らないまま僕の妹でいさせてやるさ
助かるさくらにはあのままでいてほしい
そうかそこまでさくらの心配をされちゃ兄貴として礼をしないとね誰だかは知らないけどマスターの一人は寺に巣を張ってるよ
Huh. So that
Issei.
remember, someone was
all the-
attacking the city from a distance, from a
All the-
spiritually
Issei.
advanced location. We have our target.
It's Issei. It's Issei. Told it.
まさか竜道寺にか
あ
It's Issei.
あ僕のサーバントが言うには山には魔女が潜んでいるそう
Ah, that's a witch, female.
大規模に
I
魂を集
can't
め
I
ている
can't
そうだ
think
早めに戦わ
in
な
the
いと厄
temple
介
thing
だし
because I am pissed with Shinji right now.
That's true. That is the fifth one. And if that one is collecting souls on such a large scale, there's a high probability that it is the cause of the story on this morning's news.
話はそれだけだそれじゃあレイダー送ってやってよいいかエミヤは味方だから傷つけるんじゃないぞ
So that confirms our suspicion that Shinji was not actually responsible for the gas leaks. So ordered by Shinji, Ryder approaches me.
いやそれは
Or at least if we assume him to be telling the truth.
遠慮するなって家を出るまでは僕の責任なんだから怪我をされたら困るああライダー送るのは玄関まででいいからな外にさえ出てくるなら僕とは無関係だからそれまでは丁重に送ってやれ
Okay.
Shinji retreats into the back room. I look silently at Ryder. Ryder, covered in black clothes, doesn't say anything. But surprisingly, looking at her closely, I noticed that she has clean features. The long purple hair reaching to the ground only reminds me of the smell of blood, but at the same time I understand it's really beautiful. She's wearing this outfit, so it's embarrassing to directly stare at her, but can it be that her outfit doesn't match her face? To put it into a phrase, she's a shrine maiden covered in blood. That contradictory
Okay.
appearance of one who is both holy and evil is the servant called Ryder.
というか
Are all heroic spirits beautiful? I think so, while looking up at
Probably.
Ryder's face out of curiosity. Hey, Ryder's tall for a girl. Ryder
Hey,
must be at least
Shinji.
170 tall.
Bait Shinji strikes again.
This is no time to calmly observe Ryder. It's a problem to be alone with Ryder, so I should get out of this place quickly.
Should have said, shut up, lower hat.
Let us just give a quick look to the status screen,
Okay.
because we got some updates. Ryder, Master, Mato Shinji. Sex, female. Chaotic, good. Class abilities, Magic Resistance B, as strong as Saber. And she's got an A+ Noble Phantasm, apparently.
Holy
Writing A+. Ability to write things. Can write even demonic and holy creatures if they're beasts. This, however, does not include dragons.
Wait a minute. Oh no,
There's
the characters have alignment charts D&D style.
We don't know her
no.
personal skills yet, and we don't know her Noble
Oh,
Phantasm,
no.
but we do know it's an A+. In comparison to
There is
Saber's
Saber.
C.
Saber is awful good.
She does have Endurance E and Luck D. Really high agility, though. Pretty good strength. So, we might have a problem in our hands. Ryder really follows me out to the entrance. I wonder. She doesn't feel alive, but she might answer me if I talk to her. We have a choice.
No!
I mean,
You
what,
go away, goddammit!
what would she do?
I think talk to Ryder because she said to Ryder not attack him until he leaves the house.
He has them.
I guess.
He hasn't left him yet.
So, do we talk or do we go away?
But I think that Ryuudou will say something interesting. Maybe she'll just, I don't think she'll say. I think she'll say nothing.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything.
You know what? I'll go from the other side. I will let Zevlen make this tie break.
I will not.
You said that when we had draws, you would make the tie break. You'll make the tie break right now because every single choice Zevlen.
So, okay.
What limited BW?
What do you say, Olly? You're on the go away side.
Wait, what?
Is that correct? You want us to go home?
Yes.
Unlimited.
I want to talk to a rider.
You know, I think there are some times in media where you're affected with a choice, and you have to do what your heart commands, right? What if Ryder actually has something useful to say? She's quiet in front of Shinji, but maybe we can extract something. Who knows?
I don't think she will extract something from her, but
let us
I
try.
want to try.
Okay, so now at least it is Zevlen's fault if anything goes wrong.
Fuck. Why did you ask that?
I call out to her, not expecting a response. There's no change in Ryder. Her hair flutters in the wind.
Okay, that's it.
I raise my hand to thank her and exit. Then,
嘘ではありません。あの山に魔女が住んでいるのは真実です。挑むのならば気をつけなさい。あの魔女は男性というものを知り尽くしています。
perhaps Ryder keeps quiet in front of Shinji because she doesn't like him much. Who knows? She certainly seems like she's helping us out here.
Even her servant doesn't like him.
I mean, remember, heroic spirits are heroes. And if he is responsible for the stuff in school, it's not a very heroic thing to do.
Who's her then?
Ryder talks without interest. I notice myself getting drawn by her voice and quickly shake my head.
Okay.
シンジのことをよろしく頼む。あいつはああいうやつだからさ。あんたが守ってやってくれ。
I'm taken aback, but I manage a reply. I must have sounded funny.
人がいいのです。あなたはシンジが懐柔しようというのもわかります。
Ryder smiles a bit and returns to the house after saying so. We have information.
Okay, apparently
That's
okay.
what's good.
Okay, I'm just going to unlimited by now.
I descend the hill and return to the intersection. Did I save there? I did. Okay.
Congratulations, you're correct.
If I head up the residential district on the other side, I will be heading home, but...
竜道寺にマスターがいる。
An hour's walk to the mountain. Taking the mountainside road, one can reach the mountain gate that leads to the Ryuudou temple.
We already know which servant is in the mountain because she said it is a witcher. I think so.
Well, she said there's a witch there. We don't know if that's the servant or the master. Who knows?
I think she is referring to the servant, but okay.
All we know, it's a very powerful magus, so...
Fair enough.
There is a servant that matches that description, but, you know, a servant class at least. That could be a safe bet. The Ryuudou temple is a large temple up on the mountain, as big as our school. Its cemetery is large, but more than that, it's a small world made up of 50 practicing monks. The people of the town are helped by the people of Ryuudou temple, but they also honor it as a sacred place that is not to be visited lightly.
そういえば、最近竜道寺には行ってないな。
Ever since I went there last summer to stay there as a mental training. The temple's life gets really hard during the winter, so I was thinking about returning there.
午後の授業をボイコットした男が
God damn it, we're gonna get judged by Issei.
I knew someone was going to comment on Shinji skipping class. I was thinking of Taiga beating his head.
Oh, Taiga's gonna beat his ass. Don't worry about it. Speaking of the devil or whatever, I run into Ryuudou Temple's successor, Ryuudou Issei.
Ooh, now I think of something. What's the tall man? What's the tall dude that was talking with Issei back then? Oh, okay.
Well, the tall dude is talking to Issei a lot, so.
Yeah, what?
He was the friend of the.
About?
Wasn't he friends with Issei's dad or something?
Oh, yeah. Oh, how curious that is.
別に何かあったわけじゃない。なんとなく家に帰りたくなっただけだ。
なんとなくで授業を休まれては教師は商売上がったりだ。で、なぜ小山南蔵を拝んでおったのかと聞いているのだが。
ちょっとな。伊勢、一つ聞くけど、最近さ、なんか変わったことないか？
変動など左半時だが、さりとて劇的な境地に至ることもなし。小山は日々これ平穏。しかるに平穏こそ日常よ。
悪い伊勢、真面目な話をしているんだ。
失礼な。こっちだって真面目だぞ。
みたいだな。ならいいんだ。取り越し苦労だった。
Mention the woman, man. It's a temple for priests, not nuns. He'll know if there's a woman there, right? With a cough, Issei calms down.
Not safe. It's not safe. He could be.
Yeah, that's a fair point. To be fair, yeah. Ooh. Wait a minute. There you go. A woman.
少しばかり厄介な客人を迎えていてな。これが結構な美人であるから始末が悪い。
Because apparently there's not one ugly person in the goddamn Magi world.
まったく。皆も女一人に何を騒いでいるのやら。
Maybe it's because they're monks and they haven't seen women in years.
待って。竜道寺って尼さんいたっけ？
おらぬ。訳ありでな。祝言まで部屋を貸し与えているのだが。
Oh, so there's a wedding going on.
これが確かに美しい人だな。井戸から水を汲む姿など、俺でも目を奪われることだ。
From the wheel. What are they doing then? Are there a bunch of Mormons out there?
おーい、俺の話聞こえてるか？
いいか。だから女性はいけないんだ。
Women are bad. Issei 2002, I think. 2000.
Issei strikes again.
I think he likes that.
I think he's in love with the witch guys.
Yeah.
Be calm, Issei.
The student council president starts to recite Buddhist scriptures. Geez, he's so serious, so he's hard to deal with when he gets like this.
Women are bad. That was one of the best.
Oh my god. I guess he still didn't hear me as he disappears into the back of the town.
He disappeared.
Oh my god, he vanished. Perhaps Issei is the servant all along and he was just emergency summoned.
He's a servant all along.
Maybe.
The sun is already setting by the time I reach my house. Oh, sorry? I cut you off.
I think he is like Tiger.
Yeah, exactly. He's the secret saber, Tiger.
Saber.
I'm home first, just like yesterday. Sakura and Fujine will be here soon, and Tosaka should be back as well. There's no point in talking about it when those two are here. That decided, I have to go and prepare dinner. Tosaka got me yesterday, and I have to try to put Fujine in a better mood. Cooking takes time and effort before love. If I'm to go for a sure win, I will have to spend twice as much time. And presumably, twice as much love as well. So, after all that, what happened is...
ですから私が言っているのは料理の味じゃありません。その藤村先生曰く今までで一番美味しい夕食なんですから。言ってることが違うと思う。東坂さん、シロの作ったご飯はあんまり食べたくないって言ったじゃない。
Tosaka doesn't want to lose.
それは朝だけの話です。夕飯はきちんと取りますし、そもそも夕食は私とエミヤ君との交代制なんですから、私が食べるのは当然の権利じゃないですか。それが嫌だというのでしたら、明日からは藤村先生が代わってください。的確に急所をついてくるその性格。くそ。こんなひどい教え子だと。
The mask falls completely. Tosaka reveals her evil self. Fujine reluctantly returns the pot to the table. Tosaka is the definition of lawful evil. And so the specially prepared rice returns to the table safely.
今日は山ほど飯作ったんだから別にがっつく必要なんかないぞ。
Munch munch.
そうですね。でも先輩、これはちょっと作りすぎかなとか。
Munch munch.
ええ。
Munch munch.
4人分のタレを2段重ねという。
Munch munch.
タレじゃない、おひつ。いいんだよ。今日のメインはご飯なんだから多めに作っても。余ったらおにぎりにするから明日の昼飯にもなるし。
Munch munch.
You know it would make you lose it all. If somehow the servant's power is to make people eat a lot.
We're getting more recipes for the cookbook. Munch munch.
基本的にはキノコの炊き込みご飯ですよね。油物を混ぜる代わりに柚子で香りを取ってるあたり。
Boy, it will be a big Christmas.
It's gonna be a good Christmas, guys.
Yeah.
Munch munch.
Munch munch.
こうなったら私一人で空にするんだから見てなさいよ。
Where's this amendment?
Fujine must have given up taking the pot for herself as she starts to eat really fast. She empties her bowl quickly and asks for more in no time.
いいけど、そんなに急がなくてもなくならないぞ、藤ね。
いいの。シロのご飯は私が食べるんだから。
Oh my god.
今日やってきた人にはあげないもん。
She snatches away the bowl. I don't get it. Sakura is smiling awkwardly. Tosaka is ignoring Fujine, and Saber is eating her food, as she usually does. I put in a lot of effort to make this, but it might have had the opposite of the desired effect. The dinner that was supposed to have Tosaka admit defeat ends loudly because of Fujine's strange actions.
それじゃあ先輩。
おう、藤ね、桜をよろしくな。
はいはい、分かってるから安心なさい。
Stepping lightly, Fujine holds Sakura's hand.
何シロ、なんか不思議そうな顔してるけど。
そりゃ不思議だ。普通人間はあれだけ食うと身動きが取れなくなる。
そうかな。苦しかったけど飲み込んじゃえばなんとかなるものよ。
So you should realize the problem is that there's no limit to that tiger.
Now that's something to be taken out of context.
Yup. Just as one would expect from a wild tiger. And if possible, I don't want it accidentally trespassing into human society. We must keep Fujine hidden from the world. They cannot know her true power.
おやすみなさい、先輩。おやすみ、シロ。
Fujine is the reason why the children in Africa are hungry. She just eats everything.
I mean, the tiger need to eat a lot.
I think that's Saber's fault.
No, that's true. It's a shared fault.
Yeah.
I see the two often.
Maybe Sakura is there too.
She likes eating a lot. I see the two often return to the living room. I said I had to talk to them after dinner, so Tosaka and Saber are waiting in the living room with serious expressions.
お疲れ様。それで話っていうのは何？
他のマスターの話だ。聞いてほしいことがある。
Oh.
Saber raises her brows a bit. As a servant, she must prefer battles where she uses her sword to these peaceful days. but her wounds shouldn't have healed yet. The wound on her chest made by Lancer's noble phantasm isn't something even Saber can heal quickly.
Okay. And the one that Buster made.
Oh no, that one healed immediately. Don't you remember? When he woke up on the 4th.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
The problem with Gay Bolga is that it's a Guy Bolga, is that it's cursed.
Yeah, that one was stupid a few seconds ago.
Thinking about this makes me hesitate telling them about Shinji. I feel the same way as Shinji. I want to avoid starting fights, and I think the girl in front of me swinging a sword is a disparate image.
How big are them? Go!
What is the problem, Boomer?
No.
そうだな。率直に言うとだな。今日ライダーとそのマスターに会ってきた。
Tosaka's gonna lose her fucking shit over this.
Oh no.
ライダーのマスターに会ってきたっていつの話よそれ。そんなバカな。一人で敵のマスターに会うなどと自分の身を何と考えているのですか。
待て、落ち着けってば。大丈夫。怪我なんてしていないから、そう怒らないでくれ。
怒るななどと、いえ、私は怒ってなどいません。シローの行動に呆れているだけです。
It's so stupid. She's appalled. She doesn't have words.
まあ、済んだことを言っても始まらないわ。それで、どういうことなのよ、シロ。
Tosaka and Saber glare at me with obvious anger in their eyes. Jeez, I thought they would say something about me being thoughtless, but I didn't think it would get this, man.
I love that that Insprite is really angry and Saber's like, what are you doing, son? What have you done?
She's just disappointed. She's not even angry.
Yeah. She's angry. Saber's just, what the hell are you doing, boy?
ライダーのマスターはどんなやつだったの？
Shinji.
どんなやつかって信じたよ。
There you go.
学校で結界を探っていたら声をかけられてな。話があるからついてこいってマトウの家まで行ったんだ。
Oh my god, it's
Two
getting
best
worse.
things that you did.
He went into his house, man.
本当にあのシンジ？
ああ、ライダーもシンジに従って
Oh, she surprises Shinji.
戦争を知ってた
Congratulations.
さ。なんでもマトウは由緒正しい魔術師の家系なんだって。
ああ、それはそうだけど、そんなはずないのよ。マトウの家は先代でもう枯渇しているはずだもの。何があろうとマトウの子供に魔術回路はつかない。これは絶対よ。
Tosaka declares so. If so, Shinji and Sakura must really must not have magic circuits.
ああ、シンジもそう言っていた。けど知識だけは残ってたんだと。長男であるシンジにしか教えなかったそうだから、さくらは知らないとか。要するにさ、俺と似たタイプのマスターなんだよ、あいつ。自分には魔力がないから、遠坂の感知にも引っかからないとか言ってたぞ。
そう、まずったわね。確かにそういうケースだってあるか。魔導書が残っているんならマスターになるぐらいはできるだろうし。もうそれじゃあ私の行動ってあいつに筒抜けだったんだ。
Tosaka's mumbling, reflecting on her actions. Tosaka's close to perfect, but I think there are a few things missing. Unfortunately, they're the most crucial ones.
私のミスだわ。シンジのことはしっかり
She always screws up at the worst moment
知
possible.
っていたら
Indeed.
結界を張らせるなんてこともなかったのに。
Yep.
あ、いや。
Oh wait, that's going to be a point in Heaven's Field, isn't it?
学校にはもう一人マスタ
I
ー。
mean, it's gonna be a point in every route. She always screws up at the worst time. That's just the way she
Oh
is.
no, but oh okay, fair enough.
It isn't gonna be explained or anything. It's just her biggest flaw. She gets overconfident and then things kind of happen.
ええ、それはそうでしょうね。学校にはまだ一人私たちの知らないマスターがいるのは明白よ。けどシロ、あなたまさか結界を張ってないっていうシンジの言葉を信じてるの？
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Thanks.
そこまでお人よしじゃない。シンジが学校にいる以上、半分の割合でシンジの仕業だと思う。
半分ね。その時点で大したお人よしだと思うけど、まあそれはそれでいいわ。 そういう余分なところがあなたの味だし、だからこそシンジは正体を明かしたんだろうしさ。まあいいわ。それでシンジと何を話したのよ、あなた。
手を組まないかだとさ。シンジも戦うつもりはないらしい。だから顔見知りとなら協力したいって風だったけど。
シロ、あなたまさかシンジと。
いや、断るだろう普通。俺もう遠坂と手を組んでるし、返事をするにしたってちゃんと遠坂に話を通さないとダメじゃないか。
Shiro's such a good boy.
Yeah, he's a good simp. He knows how to do
それ
its
は
things.
そうだけどでも断ったって言った？
さっきはああ言ったけど、シンジへの返答は俺の独断でやっちまった。
別にシロの判断は正しいんじゃない？まああんた個人にお呼びがかかったんなら私が文句を言う筋合いでもないけどさ。
The way she mumbles so isn't like Tosaka at all.
シンジからの話はそれだけだよ。俺の見た限りじゃライダーもそう強力なサーバントでもない。
Her stats are pretty good.
バーサーカーは言うに及ばず、ランサーより威圧感はなかったと。ライダー
She
本
has
人
an
も
A
思
plus
ったより
noble phantoms.
Indeed. So her strength is a little hidden behind her special ability. But she does have a good strength score and a good agility score, so.
Yep.
Wait, what's her ability?
We don't know. We just know that it's an A+.
Oh, oh, wonderful.
There you go. That's what Saber's saying.
なあ、ライダーがどこの英雄かは全くわからなかった。ほら、ランサーとかバーサーカーはいかにも英雄って感じじゃないか。ライダーにはそれがなくて、どこか普通のサーバントとは違う気がした。
普通のサーバントとは違う。私には分かりませんが、リンならシロの違和感が説明できますか？ああ、うん。理屈だけなら分かるわよ。サーバントがどんな英霊かは呼び出されたマスターに左右されるって話。結構似た者同士になるのよ、マスターとサーバントは。つまり高潔な人物がマスターなら、それに近い霊格をした英霊が召喚される。逆に言えば、心に深い傷を持った人間が英霊を呼び出せば、
Oh, so riders
傷
to
を負った英霊が現れるわ。シロがライダーに感じた違和感はそれでしょうね。いびつな心を持つマスターは、
yeah,
時として英
fair
雄
enough.
ではな
Yeah,
く、
so
英霊に近いだけ
so
ど、
is another thing.
Perhaps not. It's like Tosaka says, not exactly the same. But perhaps the crooked mind of Shenji summoned a vengeful spirit. Kind of like an anti-hero, maybe. Or even a monster. Who
I
knows?
don't know, it feels weird.
It is weird. It's gonna
weird.
come up
それって
later.
まさか
It's good. Come up. You have a
Come up. Ah! Until we get there, it's always going to be like that. Oh, it gets up in Heavensfield. Heavensfield.
We have to hype it,
Heavensfield.
man. That's why we're going fast.
Jesus Christ, what happens in
血を
Heavensfield?
見るのが大好き。
A lot
人
of
殺しなんて何とも思
a
わないよ
lot
うな
of
暴
things
力者よ。
happens in heaven too.
実際残忍さだけが伝承に残っている英雄だっているんだから、そういうやつがサーバント
I'm
になって
looking
も
at
お
you,
かしくないわ。
Beowulf.
Holy
Oh, I
shit.
thought of Jack the Ripper.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a hero.
And then I was. I mean, it's too tall to be a lolly, but okay.
Indeed. Certainly, I could only smell blood on Ryder, but she didn't seem like a bloodthirsty killer.
まあ、ライダーのこ
I
とはそ
wonder.
れだけだ。
That's strange.
最後にもう一つあるんだけど、 これが一番重要かもしれない。なんでもさ、ライダーの話じゃ、竜道寺にもマスターがいるらしい。そいつは町中の人間から魔力を集めているそうなんだけど。
竜道寺。竜道寺ってあの山のてっぺんにある寺のこと？
だからそうだって。なんだ、思い当たる節でもあるのか、遠坂。
まさかその逆よ。竜道寺なんて行ったことないもの。どんなマスターか知らないけど、そんな偏僻なところに陣取ろうなんて思わないわよ、普通。
だよな。俺 俺も竜道寺にいるって聞いた時は驚いた。いくら人目につかないって言っても寺には大勢の坊さんが生活しているんだ。怪しい真似をしたらすぐに騒ぎになると思う。
いまいち信用できないわね、その話。仮にそうだとしても、竜道寺って郊外。
I was liking Irin, but now she's becoming more and more of a fox. And now Saber is becoming good, but she's still a little bit of a door.
A mother.
It's still too early, my friends, to know anything about the girls.
90% of the time she's just a big door.
Still
That's true.
way too early.
We have 9 days.
We needed to try what we could. Meanwhile, you were at the other dimension, buddy.
Everything depends very heavily on character development here, so we're going to see very sweeping changes.
Something tells me that after UBW, I will already understand why you die over Ren, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Zevlen.
And just a question. Where was Archer doing this day and the previous day?
He's in Shido's house, protecting it, and following Irina around in spirit form.
That's true.
Damn, he just watched a really fun situation after everyone being introduced to everyone at the house. He had the best seat to the entire spectacular performance.
Yep.
Okay, so now let's stop ball scratching and let's go back to the story.
What were you saying, Unlimited?
Zevlen.
Yes.
Boomer asked me why Sakura is the best girl, and I said I can't say because of the
Heaven's Feel. There you go.
Because everything's Heaven's Feel. My mom's Heaven's Feel. That's
Indeed, man.
Heaven's Feel.
Everything lies upon Heaven's Feel's shoulders.
That's true.
そこからミヤマとシンと両方に手を伸ばすなんて大魔術っていうより魔力の無駄遣いよ。集めた魔力を使ってもそんな大規模な術は不可能だもの。
Unless you're a really good magus. Then Tosaka starts to think with the trouble to face. I'm relying on Tosaka's opinion, so there's nothing I can do until she talks again.
いえ、シローの話は信憑性が高い。あの寺院を抑えたのなら、その程度の魔術は自然に行えるのですから。
セイバー、あの寺院って竜道寺のことを知ってるのか？まだ連れてったことないぞ、俺。
Wait a sec.
She's been here before, hasn't she?
Wait a sec.
Okay. I mean, I'm still wanting to know who the heck summoned her previously, and how that ends poorly. That would be fun to watch.
この町のことは熟知していますし、あの寺院が落ちた霊脈ということも知っています。
There you go.
落ちた霊脈？ちょっと待って、それってうちのことよ。なんだって一つの土地に地脈の中心点が2つもあるっていうのよ。それは私にもわかりませんが。魔術師にとって神殿とも言える土地です。この地域の命脈が流れ落ちる場所と聞きますから、魂を集めるには絶好の拠点となるでしょう。魔術師は自然の流れに手を加えるだけで町中から生命力を回収できる。そんな話初めて聞いたわ。けど確かにそれなら町の人間から生命力をかすめ取っていくこともできるわよね。
I'm sorry, I lost it.
Okay.
要するに霊的に優れた土地ってことだろ。そんなの当然じゃないか。そうでもないところに寺なんて建てないぞ。
そんなの当たり前じゃない。
Ah, Tosaka has been defeated.
Finally.
昔から寺とか神社ってのは神がかる場所に建てて町を守るものだ。坊さんは神仏に乗って幸を与えるんじゃなくて、鬼門を封じて災いを退ける。 その線で言えば竜道寺のあるお山が特別な場所ってのは当然だろう。おい、まさかとは思うが、お前竜道寺をお飾りの寺だとでも思ってたのか。
そうよ、悪い。今まであるだけの寺だと思ってたわよ。あの寺には実践派の法術しかいないんだから。
She does not like being in the position that Shinji and Issei are in every day.
I didn't expect that.
なんだそれ。
度胸や心身、祈願以外で霊を成仏させる連中のこと。各社は神仏の力だけでことをなすそうだけど、修行が浅い僧侶は神仏に届かないから、私たちみたいに自身の力を上乗せして術をなすの。そういう連中が集まって組織みたいになっているのがあるのよ、この国には。私たちとは相入れない連中だから詳しくは知らないけどさ。そんなことより寺のことよ。あの寺が霊脈だとしたら、まず真っ先に抑えようとするのがマスターでしょ。おかしいじゃない。なんで他の連中はそんな場所を見逃しているのよ。
Maybe they're not.
だから竜道寺があるからだろ。悪用されないように見張ってるんだって。
竜道寺の僧侶はみんな純粋な修行僧じゃない。私たちみたいに外れた連中じゃないんだから、そんな人たちを丸め込むぐらいマスターが
Maybe they are.
それは違う。
And another question: Why has Rin a cross in her chest?
I don't know. That's just her sweater.
It's like Evangelion, where there's a bunch of Christian symbology for free.
Technically speaking, if you want to get knee deep into the lore with very light spoilers for Heaven's Feel, the Tosaka family was traditionally Christian, which is the reason why they have good relations with the church. I think she just has a sweater with a cross on it.
Holy shit, I didn't know about it.
It's like the clothes that her grandma gave to her.
Yeah, something like that, you could say. But that is the case. So
maybe I forgot that information, or it didn't appear in the anime or...
yeah, the movies never talked about it.
Okay.
But Zero does talk about it, so in the first episode.
I didn't watch Zero.
Noting that is wrong, but the mountain has a boundary field that is inconvenient for masters. That's important.
私たちに都合の悪い結界？はい。あの山には自然霊以外を排除しようとする法術が働いている。生身の人間に影響はありませんが、私たちサーバントには文字通り鬼門なのです。
So that's probably where the master of the assassin servant is, isn't it?
Who knows?
Yeah, you have a servant that can only be from a long distance.
So the master would be the Witcher.
Who knows? Perhaps.
If the master could protect herself from other masters, it wouldn't be truly caring about a lot of things being in there.
That's a solid theory.
It would need to focus only on her assassin getting stronger and stronger to be able to deal with the other masters. In theory, of course.
それじゃあどうやって竜道寺のマスターはサーバントを維持しているのよ。
Well, you know that already, Rin.
いえ、寺院の中に入ってしまえば結界はありません。元より結界とは寺院を守る境界線と聞きます。結界は外来者を拒むだけのものですから、それ以上の能力はありません。
So the crossing is the problem, not being inside.
じゃあ、なんとか中に入ってしまえば、サーバントを律する法術はないってこと？けどおかしいな。そんな風に寺院を密閉させたら地脈そのものが止まるじゃない。せめて一本ぐらい道を開けておかないと。
Well, that's the problem, because then you have a bottleneck. You can just place someone there guarding it, right? And then... boom.
Who is going to be guarding it?
I don't know. Anything. Maybe like a spell that's stored on the floor. Maybe someone that was mind controlled. Maybe she has a familiar looking over there, you know?
But who's strong enough to be fighting a servant?
Who knows? One sec. I have gotten
Maybe someone that will turn into heroic spirit in the future. Just manage it. Just that there is someone right
it
now
would be
that's
hard
growing.
to find someone like that, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe. But just manage it.
そりゃそうよね
There is
全ての
someone.
門を閉じたら中の空気がよどむもの
Yeah, go ahead.
ただ一つだけ
No,
作
just
られ
as
た
I
性
just
能
want to
We're
say to
just
the boomer that
debating of how
he
it
said
works.
How
Could be a
master
hero-
beat is a servant. He said something like it, and I said maybe someone that is as strong as a heroic spirit, and maybe the someone can be an
someone
heroic
who-
spirit in the future.
Yeah, someone who is strong enough that it will become one in the future.
Yep.
Yes.
I mean, there are magi that are strong enough to fight servants. They're rare because servants are really strong. But if
And
you're
another
strong enough of a
question,
magus,
why is that magi not fighting in the Holy Grail War then?
how do you know he isn't? We only
Then
know
what-
4 masters.
Fair enough.
I mean, this witch
Then
seems to be strong enough to be sucking people's
I
souls
mean,
from a
it
distance.
feels weird that there it would be a master that needs to at the same time keep draining the power, keep you fueling that power to sustain its servant, checking the servant, and protecting its back, its own back. It feels like it's
a lot of work. That's true. But we'll see.
私が教えられることはそれだけですでは結論をマスターがいると判明したのですから取るべき手段は一つだけだ
And
と思い
here
ま
is
す
when we get a problem. I know what Saber wants to say. Her eyes tell me that since the location of the enemy is known, all that's left is to attack. But
私はパスどうにも罠臭いし正直それだけの情報じゃ動けないわ相手のホームグラウンドに行くんならせめてどんなサーバントを連れているのか判明するまで待つべきよ
I mean, again, she's strong enough of a magus to be draining people's souls en masse from a distance. So she must have a plan. If there's only one entrance, there must be something there. Tosaka isn't wrong.
意外ですねリンならば戦いに赴くと思ったのですが侮ってもらって
Is
結
Saber
構
alone
よ
on this?
こっちはアーチャーがまだ本調子じゃないし
Yeah, Archer was probably having a big laugh from last day. And
Archer doesn't have the best healing abilities.
now I'm thinking how they're going to explain Archer when he regenerates.
Archer, yeah, it's gonna take a while. My boy has been seriously hurt. He was one step away from death. So. Saber says this as if it's the natural thing to do. But that's, it is up to you. Shall we go on expedition to Ryuudou Temple? Or should we say no to Saber?
Can we make that choice the next session?
I think
we could.
Can we make today to be continued
and just
and to be continued? Yeah, because already pretty late. We did a good chunk of work.
If we do another 20 minutes,
long,
I think we can be done with it.
And let's have Maputo for the next session.
Say
We'll already
because
start
we have Archer and Saber and Tosaka.
But Tosaka said she isn't going.
No, to be fair, what I'm thinking of right now is just repeating the same thing we did before with talking to the servants. But okay.
Sorry, I am a little bit.
I seriously do recommend that we try to get done with it because it is just another 20 minutes. So.
What did Tosaka said? Sorry,
Tosaka said she's gonna pass on it. She doesn't want to attack the temple. She thinks it's
too
risky.
No, now I'm thinking of
okay,
it.
Don't fight.
Don't fight.
Don't fight?
Saber is good, but Shiro's a stupid boy.
Very well.
いや、俺も遠坂と同じだ。まだあそこには手を出さない方がいい。
Something tells me that Saber is pissed off with us.
Oh, she is.
Fuck!
今まで体を
Which
休
is
めて
the
いた
wrong
のは何の
choice.
ためです。
Maybe not.
敵の所在が判明した以上、打って出るのが戦いというもの
Holy
でしょう。
shit.
それは分かってる。けど待つんだ、セイバー。竜道寺にいるマスターがそこまで用意周到なやつなら、絶対に罠を張っている。
Shiro is not wrong.
遠坂の言う通り。
Yeah.
Not wrong, but I don't think that was the right choice.
I mean, think of the situation. In a situation there.
Yes, but I don't think that was the right choice for this room.
そのような危険は当然です。初めから無傷で勝利を得ようなどと思ってはいません。敵の罠が体を貫こうと、この首を渡さなければ戦える。
Holy
どのような深手を負おうと、マスターさえ倒せればいいのではないのですか。
Zevlen, that was a really bad choice, or what?
I think that was a really bad choice.
I am not gonna spoil it. We're gonna go through.
I want confirmation from the DM.
We are going to see.
We will die, but that was really a really bad choice.
Well, I will give you the respite that in Fate's Stay Night there is no intermediary. You either die or you make the right choice. So, unless it's something more relationship
so we
building.
make the right choice.
Okay, so we are either going to die later. Okay. So
I
there's
think we
not
made
a
the right
big...
choice. So.
Yeah. So, wait a minute. So if we didn't talk to Ryder back then, we would die.
No,
No.
There's three kinds of choices in Stay Night. It's the ones that lead to bad endings, which are usually these battle ones. There's relationship building ones, and there's ones that ask for information. We wouldn't have
So this
Ryder's
one is like a
confirmation.
battle and relationship. So we fuck it up with the relationship.
No,
I think so.
I think this is just the battle one. Who knows?
Just a battle one. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
when the choice is between life and death, you don't really
really
have, relationship stuff. So
Okay.
that's right. Going to the Ryuudou temple is certainly a suicide attack. There will be some obstacle on the only road heading to the temple. It's fine to accept that and go, but heading there without any plans is suicidal. No matter how strong Saber is, she has me as a handicap, and we don't have Archer.
Yes.
She pushes herself in fights, and if the result is just like what happened last time, I can't agree to that.
何を言うかと思えばいいですかマスター。サーバントは傷を負うものです。それを恐れて戦いを避けるなど私のマスターには許しません。
ああ、許されなくて結構だ。セイバーが無茶をするんなら何度だって止めるからな。それが嫌ならさっさと体を治せって言うんだ。まだ傷が治りきってないんだろ。
Shiro is being a man. He's saying, fuck you, I do whatever the fuck I want.
戦闘に支障はありません。
His mouth is real. 2
傷を理由
centimeters
に戦い
bigger
を先
this
延ばし
time.
にするなどとそのような気遣いは不要です。
It's a shame
Okay,
that Saber
that-
doesn't fully respect him.
Yeah.
Saber's will to fight does not change. The question is, will he use a command spell? Geez, why doesn't she understand even after I tell her this much?
ああ、そうかよ。けどな、そう簡単にうなずけるか。以前だってそれでセイバーはバーサーカーにやられちまったんだろ。
Oh no, that's an asshole
Why
thing to
did-
say.
Now he decided. Now he picked one of those
Yikes.
swords that Archer hasn't sticked in her.
Are you sure about
Yeah.
that will not affect the relationship?
冗談じゃない。俺はあんな無残に殺されるなんて二度とごめんだ。
Oh, my man Shiro. Blunt as a rock.
He's going to get beaten up.
So I thought she would argue right back, but instead she takes a breath and
それを
Slap.
言うのは必
Slap.
要ではないですか。シロ。
she says as if apologizing.
卑怯で悪かったな。とにかくこっちから仕掛けることはまだしないぞ。俺だって竜道寺にいるマスターは放っておけない。けど俺たちは戦える状態じゃない。こんなんで戦ってやられちまったら、それこそ誰が竜道寺のマスターを止めるんだ。
Who will?
いいか、こっちから打って出るのはお前の傷が治って万全の状態になってからだ。それに文句があるならさっさと他のマスターを見つけてくれ。
わかりました。マスターがそういうの
I mean, Shiro, you don't have to humiliate her, you know?
I think we lost some points with the relationship.
After answering in a quiet voice, Saber falls silent. The conversation is over. Tosaka has returned to her room, and Saber returns to her room as well. Staying alone in the living room, I really regret what I did. No, it's too late already. I could have put it another way, so why could I only convince her using words that make her look like that?
Either she's stubborn or...
And now,
Okay.
the weather. This one is going to be really quick. This one is going to be quick. It's before the next day. It's an interlude.
Okay.
It is a quiet, windless night. The time is past midnight. There is nothing moving, and every living thing is asleep. A settled darkness. The town is like a dark sea that only has moonlight to illuminate it. The clouds are moving. There is no wind at the ground level. But way up in the sky, the air is roaring and letting the overlapping clouds flow.
風が出るな。
Saber. Maybe she can hear the wind. Looking up at the wind in the sky, she mutters quietly. The one standing quietly in the yard, glaring at the sky, is a girl called Saber. Her golden hair is beautiful, even in the dark night, and her clear green eyes are watching the appearing and disappearing moon. She casts a glance to the corner of the yard. There is an old shed, and her master is sleeping inside it.
あなたが戦わないというのならいい。
A clang. The echo of steel melts into the night without reaching anyone's ears. The moon disappears and appears. In the instant the clouds in the sky float past, the girl's appearance has completely changed. Heavy, hard silver armor. Her figure covered in blue clothes is not something you can call a girl now. Impregnable defense made from magical energy overpowering others, and an invisible sword hidden by magical energy beyond human levels. That figure, said to be invincible on the battlefield, proves their existence to this day. Even with the invisible sword, Her Majesty proves that she is an excellent swordsman. That is why she is a saber. The one said to have the greatest power of the seven servants, the hero of the sword. A knight among knights, true to the decorum, and acting on its master's order. Whatever the other heroic spirits may be, she is an ideal swordsman who will not disobey her master. But that ends today. She is hereby disobeying her master's order. No, she's not disobeying her master. She has considered how to make her master win, and the result of her decision is this.
彼は甘い。それでは他のマスターに殺されるだけだ。
But her master this time will not be able to fix his personality. So it will be her role to devote herself to being heartless. If the master is not going to fight, his sword will have to fight.
Wait a minute, this time he can't change the personality trait.
But still, there will be no hindrance in battle. Confirming her own abilities, she returns her gaze to the moon. She has no more interest in the shed her master is sleeping in.
Oh, fuck up.
As she has taken arms, the only thing in her is the will to defeat her enemy. And so, the moon glooms. Just as a large cloud covers the sky, Saber jumps over the wall of the house. She runs through the darkness. The silver night runs through the sleeping town. There is only one destination, the sacred mountain on the outskirts of town, the Ryuudou temple located on top of it. Even Saber understands how hard it will be to single-handedly kill the master at the temple. As Shiro says, it's obvious she will suffer great injury. In the worst case, she will be the one killed. But what kind of servant would she be if she couldn't do something like this? The servant is supported by their superior abilities and the pride that they have built up. They have pride as heroes and confidence that they are the strongest, who have fought through many battles. She's a heroic spirit passed down and honored from the ancient times, so defeat will not be acceptable, no matter who the enemy is. No, even imagining defeat is unforgivable. Even though some childish parts remain, she is no exception. Because she is crowned with the name Saber, she cannot ignore her pride. Her pride will not allow her to observe when faced with an enemy. Therefore, she will not falter, no matter what kind of trap is waiting, and all she can do is challenge by herself. If they say there is no chance of victory, she will create one with her own sword. The sword in her hand is a fine blade that has defeated many foes. As she has the invisible air, there is nothing for her to fear. She runs through the mountain pass and up the road to the temple. What awaits her there, after the mountain pass, are great stone stairs. This is different from the Ryuudou temple she remembers. The air is stagnant. The wind is dead. The ley line of the land is already contaminated. This place is a land of death. Once entered, one will not be able to exit alive. But there's no hesitation. Saber's speed does not drop one bit as she runs up the steps. She runs through the scene. The sound of her kicking the stone steps echoes in the air, and the mountain starts to squirm noisily. There are long stairs. The temple gate is far away even for Saber, who is running like an arrow. To run such a long distance without being detected is impossible. There will certainly be a surprise attack. The gate should not easily be reached. But no matter what scheme awaits, the only thing to do is defeat it and advance. Nothing can stop her now. Even if Berserker appears, she will break through it. That is the product of her determination and confidence. Saber feels so complete that she can break through any obstacles. And at the top, when she is about to reach the temple gates, the obstacle appears.
And she will lose, won't she?
Holy shit. I like this, man.
Saber stops.
Wait,
Even
it
she,
was supposed to be another Saber.
determined to beat any enemy, is surprised by this enemy. A natural motion. The gallant figure of the man that appears is far too lacking in enmity and unbelievably free of any openings. Stopping, Saber readies her invisible sword. The man with the moon at his back wards off Saber's killing intent as if it were just a light breeze. She must be surprised by an opponent she has heard of, but never seen before. Her second Holy Grail war. Even for she who has seen many heroic spirits, this is a first for a servant like this. Sweat forms on Saber's brow. Not because of fear, but because it is incomprehensible. It's not as if there haven't been strange servants like him before. There should be no servant more mysterious and suspicious than Archer from last time. In comparison to that, the servant in front of her has no fearful aspects nor a fearful weapon. That is why it's strange. Nothing can be felt from the man. There is no doubt that he's a servant, but there's no sense of any magical energy nor a hero's noble phantasm. So beating him should be easy, right? It's true that this match would be over in one blow, but her instincts tell her this. Do not underestimate him. This servant has a way to seize a certain kill. She cannot approach. It could be said that the range of the man's weapon, the Japanese katana, is hard to judge, but above it, Saber's location is at a disadvantage. Above and below the stairs, there is about 5 meters between them. She would certainly receive that sword before she could run up and rush him. But nothing can be felt from that sword. It should be easy to repel it, so she should not hesitate and rush in. But Saber instinctively understands she cannot close in without care. She adjusts her stance slightly and glares at the enemy in front of her. His identity is unknown, but she should at least determine the class of this samurai. Saber asks, not expecting an answer. With a smile, he says his name!
I knew that he was going to be an assassin.
The servant says so as if singing. It is only natural for Saber to be surprised. Servants should hide their identities. Where in the world would you find a servant that just comes out with it himself? Assassin, the man who called himself Sasaki Kojiro, continues, as if enjoying Saber's confusion. Saber surely does not know, but this servant is a swordsman who wielded a katana called the Monohoshizao, and was often rumored to have no match in this large world. No, what would change even if she knew? His birth is unknown, and even his existence is uncertain. His story was only told through word of mouth. There was only one who knew the existence of the swordsman, that being the worthy rival of the rare skilled swordsman, the one being his only enemy who defeated the man called Sasaki Kojiro. One cannot call this person a hero. The servant assassin, Sasaki Kojiro, is in existence quite unlike Saber. What servant would know the skills of a swordsman who is usually not treated as a hero? And why is he here?
Just a second. Unlimited. Has he appeared in Shimatsu no Valkyrie?
He have appeared, but he have appeared just in the manga.
He is the one who fought Poseidon, isn't he?
Oh no! 1 moment. He is Sasaki Kojiro, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is the one. Oh, sorry, I misunderstood something. He is the one that fought with the Poseidon. He's in the anime.
Well, isn't he supposed to be the greatest loser?
So we have a lot of stories.
There are only two truths in front of her now. That this man in front of her is her enemy, and that he has given his name. God damn it, Saber. Saber's voice in reply is heavy. For her, it is too risky to state her true name. She cannot reveal her true name no matter what torture she receives, and she has no intention of revealing it. But that's only for the sake of victory. She cannot disgrace the faith of the knight for such a thing.
小次郎と言いましたね。アサシンのサーバントよ。私は。
よい。名乗れば名乗り返さねばならぬ相手であったか。いや、無粋な真似をしたのは私であった。
I love Assassin. He's a very interesting man. Clank. Assassin descends the stair elegantly and confronts Saber.
そのようなことで敵を知ろうとは思わぬ。我らにとって敵を知るにはこの刀だけで十分であろう。違うか、セイバーのサーバント。そう驚くこともあるまい。貴様の持つそれが何であるかは分からぬが、目がくらむほどの美しい剣気。その貴様がセイバー以外の何者であろうか。
Another step. Assassin descends the stairs and directs the point of his sword at Saber.
神名など知らずともよい。ただ、セイバーというサーバントがこの刃に破れるだけの話だ。言葉で語るべきことなど皆無。もっとより、サーバントとはそういうものであろう。
The swordsman smiles happily.
なるほど。それは確かにその通りです。
Answering, she readies her sword close to her.
それでよい。では、果たし合おうぞセイバー。サーバント随一と言われるその剣に、しかと見せてもらわねばな。
Let's go!
Then she died.
The silver lights jumps. Hardness and softness. The fight between the two very different swordsmen begins under the moonlight. Interlude out. Status and weapon screens updated. And this is where we're gonna end the
She
episode.
didn't die. What fuck isn't that a bad ending?
No.
Wait.
It was the right
we-
choice.
Yes. And now
What
Wait,
the
what?
fuck?
What?
we have Assassin.
Second.
True name
I-
Sasaki Kojiro. Agility
I-
A+. Presence concealment D. Hides one's presence as a servant. Suitable for spying. We have his story to go through, so I'll do that. We know that he has my dice.
Wait, just please go back a little bit, quickly. Damn, for the ultimate loser, he sure is really lucky.
Yep.
That's true.
Very lucky and very fast.
But that makes sense because the ultimate loser have survived all the battles.
That's true.
Fair enough.
Resistance to changes in visibility caused by visual interference, also called the sixth sense or prescience, an innate talent to sense danger. His noble phantasm is as yet unknown, but this is his tale, Sasaki Kojiro, a master swordsman whose existence is doubted even though his name remains. He is a handsome swordsman who uses a 90-centimeter longsword, Monohoshizao. He was born in the Edo era, and it is claimed that he has gained his fame around the 10th to 17th year of the Keicho era, but the truth is still a mystery. He was born at the end of Sengoku and and lived through the beginning of Edo. This is because all books that note him are inconsistent in terms of years, and his name is not even mentioned in the book Gorin no Sho, written by his biggest rival, Miyamoto Musashi, who you guys might know. According to record, Kojiro is from the Echizen country and studied under the originator of the Toda style. He favored a longsword, and after defeating his master's younger brother, he named his own style Ganryu. After that, he traveled the country as a master swordsman. It is said that he developed his secret sword technique Tsubame Gaeshi, which could even kill a flying swallow around the Nishiki River in the Suo region. After that, he terrified swordsmen around the country and battled against Miyamoto Musashi at Funajima to maintain the reputation of the domain he served, dying in the process. Because of the sword's length, he could not fight while holding onto his sheath, so he threw away his sheath in front of Musashi, and his quote when he saw that, "Kojiro, you lose," is all too famous. Musashi used 2 swords he dual-wielded, so that's why he lost when he threw away the sheath. Miyamoto Musashi was one of Japan's best swordsmen. Sasaki Kojiro is known as Musashi's worthy rival, but his real figure is hazy like the moon on water. While it is said that there was a person like him, we have to say the figure of Sasaki Kojiro passed down to the present is a fictional swordsman. And we are going to end on that cliffhanger, guys. Saber is fighting, and Shiro has awoken with a flash of light.
Oh, wonderful.
He probably feels that things are going wrong. What is going to happen?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think Shiro will go to the
At least
place, to the
Shiro at least Shiro cannot be killed by the assassin. Meanwhile, trying to get to Saber, so that's a plus.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh,
How do you think?
I thought we screwed it up.
How do you think Saber is going to react when she finds out that she was wrong?
How wrong?
I think it's going to be curious.
I think she will be ashamed by herself, something like it.
Perhaps they'll be able to use it as a bit of a bridge builder. Shiro is still not very respected by Saber, as you guys can tell. I mean, to the point where she goes against his direct orders. So maybe being proven wrong is going to help that. What?
Who actually who actually respects him?
That's a good question. I mean, Tosaka respects him enough to do solo work, so not very much. Sakura does. She really likes him apparently.
Yeah,
That's true. Sakura respects you.
I don't know if respect is the right word, but okay.
Fair enough. So next episode is going to be a bit of a bombshell. That's going to be fun, and I hope we can get to it tomorrow. I'll cut off the recording.